yes, in Futroniti, Munipa Nibi, Ashron in Qua, and no Necoban saying.
As I asked my patient, you called Musano, Kofi and Yumren, Yaren by no year.
The Yanuntino say, yeah, Cosso Edin Comeno, say, and penny for Raya. At the said Yabana, more person with better money. Yeah, this Radian Futuro, American, and Futuro in your house. Yeah, that's it. A jump patrol, and then also back at Chamiano.
Nina in the Cana. In Futuro, the high adrian pa. In Tinkabitimia, and Kaumodina, a Sugun, Omunye Crana, Omama Cano Express, and yet 101. It was a more body, don't want no budget to one. If you don't feel quality coins who are never into a bassa when new Hunimunia Dadina or Dabu when you're singing as every night. You frame fish and put on a high. Tis a woman to a man in Tamaya. And this woman will cry, maybe, and never be a former crack of Monka.
Medase. So, Kaf, coming back to you, I asked the first person I spoke to what they knew before the commencement of this construction work and what information they had. So, as far as the duration of the project was concerned, and he mentioned how. Obviously, they were called into a meeting, informed that it will take 2 years to complete this project. Unfortunately, halfway through the 2 years, the project stalled. I even asked whether they were giving any information when the project was wrapping up halfway. And he said, well, they were informed at the beginning, but when it stalled and the contractor was leaving site, nothing whatsoever was communicated to them. I went on to ask how that affects business or how they work their way through it. And he said, apart from the dust which comes from the road, which is currently not completed, and that brings a lot of dust, it affects their customers also coming, because no one wants to park when there's so much dust. And then he also mentioned how they lost some of their friends or their colleagues to dust as a result of their being asthmatic. They ended up getting triggers and they died. I also asked if ever they're giving the opportunity to speak to their MCEs or government to consider coming back on this road, what will they say? And their plea is simple. Even if the flyover is not going to be completed, consider resurfacing the road for them so that they will be saved from the effects of the dust. This, so far, CAF, has been Keep an Eye, coming to you live from the Abasokan Central Mosque, part of the overhead or flyover construction taking place at the Obechabi Lamte Circle, which stretches all the way through parts of Abasokan. As always, CAF, my name has been Darrell Allen Tego. Thank you very much for coming to us here at Abasokan.
Yeah, I like those pictures. Those pictures can stay there for a while. Yeah, it's interesting to see what that uncompleted overhead looks like. And what is happening under that uncompleted road is that people are now using it as a garage. So they are parking their vehicles there. I drive by there quite often, and they park their vehicles there. It's a complete mess. It's a hellhole. It's not working, and it gets dangerous. Somebody reported about how she was driving home through that particular area, and then she felt, fortunately she had locked her car doors, but she felt somebody tried to enter the car because, because of the rough nature of the road, people slow down. She was driving a car with a low clearance. The guy tried to enter. When he couldn't enter, he threw himself on the bonnet, faking as if she had hit the person for her to stop, to come out, and she just drove on. So you have a lot of questionable, shady characters happen. I'm not saying everybody there is shady, but at some times you have very shady characters acting suspiciously. So it's becoming a bit of a worrying area to drive there. So if you're driving in that area, please be alert, keep your doors closed, and just keep moving. Okay, if you can avoid that area, avoid it. Okay, but it's a shame. The project has stalled, and it's causing a lot of problems there. Do you drive there often?
No,
you don't.
I don't.
Bruce, is that your route?
Yes.
Is your route? Yes. So you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, I know what you are talking about. Yeah.
Let's see how that is resolved. I want to read some messages now for you, if you don't mind. Can I go to the board?
Yes.
All right. So I'm going to the board to read the messages that are coming on 055 556 10 34. Okay. Good morning, senior panelists. I like your name. About handiwork in our country, I'm a welder. I'm into oil and gas and mining. Honestly, our leaders in this country don't value those in technical fields, simply because we have that mentality that those who are not good in education are channeled to technical fields. So this is the time that a country like Ghana will have to be giving respect to the construction guys. And try to send me the link of the UK job opportunity. Thanks. Felix Omakje Kojo. It's in today's papers, other Ghanaian Times or Graphic. Go and read it. Yeah, buy the paper. It's only a 4 or 5 CD investment. CAF, this topic you are discussing now should be repeated over and over to ignite the youths to go out there and hustle for their lives. The other side of the story, which always dampens the spirit of some of the youth, is that sometimes you may need guidance and some motivation to start. But and you will try to get in touch with those with experience. But they'll just conclude by saying that it's only financial help you needed. That's why you contacted them. They'll cut off communication with you. My experience, after the first meeting, which I myself experienced, not less than 8 people who did this for me. I won't mention their names here. So CAF, sometimes we approach some of you for advice, guidance, and some tips to start something, and not necessarily for financial aid. I get your point. Good morning, CAF. Enjoying GTV Breakfast Show with my pupils at Ashanti Pride. Oh, wow. Okay, so you are beaming our show into your class. This is an innovative teaching, isn't it?
Sure, yeah.
Yeah, I like this teacher. Yeah. Bro, Bruce.
She's very creative.
Very creative. I like this. Shouts. In fact, the best show in our generation. You're coming for my laptop for a program this weekend. No wala. Give my number to Coach, please. My regards to your panel, GTV Breakfast. This is Al Hakim. I love your approach, beaming the show straight into his class. Dr. Asai, why is the ACCA qualification not recognized now in Ghana? Is there anything wrong with the qualification?
It's recognized in Ghana.
Okay, thank you. So that's sorted out. Francis Zuta, you are the CEO of Be Kind Empowerment, located at Kaswa. You are into leather works, and you also train people with disability. And you are doing all you can to get support to renovate the working place. So yeah, please throw your issues out here. Somebody may help you.
There's a skills development fund available. So go to the net and then you can contact them.
Okay. All right. All the overhead bridges on contracts should at least do the road beside that they are using. Yeah, fix the roads. Make it easy for the people. Yeah, thank you so much. Odami Anderson, yeah. I have 7 years combined experience in audit and accounting. We don't know what is happening in Ghana. I started as an internal auditor with some passes in ACCA Part 2. Couldn't get a job. I even have skill experience in drywall plasterboard installation service, yet I'm struggling to get a job. Opportunities in Ghana are just too few, and just few are enjoying while the masses are suffering. So an internal auditor, and he's gone into drywall plasterboard installation service.
What he should do is he should advertise himself, and he should try working for people for free.
Yes, to start.
Work for free. Let people know what you can offer, and they will pay for your services.
And then get recommendations and then move. Okay, good. Togbe Ghana is typing. He'll come through pretty soon. Ghana will be the best in the world talk show. Most of us are good at talking with very less action. Maoli Selassie Chachu Kwashi, who also talked through the phone. AJ, watching the breakfast show this morning, and there was a discussion about unemployment. You are in the university first year, but your elder brother who went to technical senior high school has completed, gone through apprenticeship, is not getting work to do. It's made him depressed. Oh, as well as your education being a problem. You just saw the necessity to contact us to ask for help. Okay, we'll get back to you when the show is done. But thank you for reaching out to us, AJ, and shout out to your brother. Just try and listen to him sometimes. Just listen to him as a start. Okay, don't give him advice. Just listen to him. Let him talk. All right, and then we take it from there. Okay, Solomon, you are from Obrachre Central Region. You want to learn how to operate a forklift. Okay, all right. So there's the people. If you are the age of 25 years old, you're going to learn work, but your parents are not going to give you money to take care of you. There's the whole matter of hand-to-mouth issues, and if not, Ghanaians are ready to learn work. You are really serious about that. Okay. All right. Good morning. I'm Edie from Tema. Ghanaians are not lazy. The reason being that because now if you go into training or learning work, who's going to give you money to eat? Who's going to give you money to take transport to the workplace? If your work site is far from your home, that's a problem. The
district assemblies are in charge of that. The assembly member, they have some funds for that. Get in touch with the assembly member or MP, and they can help you.
Yes. We asked people to congratulate somebody that they wanted to contribute, because you were congratulating people.
Yes.
Congratulating Mr. Inseidu and then Togwe. And then he says, I'd like to say congratulations to my wife, Gifty Kenny, for giving me a baby boy. All right. Okay. You are a 50% shareholder, you know, so congratulate yourself too.
Yeah.
All right. And your name is Julius Black, founder of an NGO called Foundation Youth Association at Sotum. You have some football guys who want to learn a trade so that after football they can work to survive.
Yeah.
And you want help on a number that we can call to be guided on what to do. Skills Development Fund?
Skills Development Fund.
Skills Development. Just Google it on the internet. You will get a telephone number. Please call them. I'll try and get a number for you to when I get back.
And they are decentralized, so they are across the country.
Okay. More messages 055-556-1034. In the spirit of congratulation, Togwe Ghana would like to congratulate himself. He says he's had a sponsorship from DHL Ghana to pay workers to clean the beach. And Accra head office workers, over 20 workers joined them. 29th is his birthday. He's inviting us to join him to clean the Kumasamba Labamba beach. Old Kajano Osu. Hashtag keep Ghana clean. Hashtag let's go clean the beach. Hashtag Togwe Ghana. Hashtag 29th July, 8 a.m. to 10. So if you are in that area, please meet him. Mike says, may God help our country. I said, amen. But Dami Anderson, I'm interested to meet Dr. Osai, please. Well, he's the Director General of Internal Audit Agency. You can go and book an appointment there and see him. No, be so. He be so. He be so. He's there to serve. Okay. Alhaji Dawuda. Prof, congratulations to your chief for the support to the project from Alhaji Dawuda, Medina Estate. He's talking about Togwe Ahmed, I guess. Dr. Eric Odro, your inputs today on the media budget on the show. You didn't share knowledge if the EU member states still fund 60% of our Ghana budget, as in the past.
I don't have that.
You don't have that information. He speaks only to what he knows. A very well-trained lawyer. No, so Agona Ba MP from Kaswa, and you are sending out happy birthday shouts to your Central Region Chairman of MPP. Okay, all right. Good morning, says Owusu Emmanuel. The police needs to take up this issue of land guards. Nobody should have to pay any money to anyone after fully paying for a plot of land before they can build on it. WhatsApp number is 055-556-1034. I asked the question, are you part of the 1.5 million youth in Ghana who are not in education, not in employment, not in training? What would you like to do? Let us know. Send us a WhatsApp, 055-556-1034. We can at least direct you to the people who can help you. The Skills Development Fund is out there to help people such as you to get the skills they need, to also contribute, because nobody wants to be always asking for money and begging. It's demeaning. Is it not, Prof. Bruce? Yeah. Always asking for money. It demeans the spirit, doesn't it?
No, even Kwame Nkrumah passed the law. I've mentioned it here before, that begging is an offense. It is not dignified for a Ghanaian to beg. That is why we're doing everything possible to capacitate people to earn a living, a decent living. So in Ghana, we have the National Social Protection Policy. I'll keep mentioning this. And the protection policy is implemented across the country. We have a number of interventions. Just talk to your assembly member. Go to your district assembly. Talk to them. There are a number of interventions, except that people don't know that it exists. So they should go there and they'll be able to help them. We have a number of vocational institutions across the country. Go there and they'll be able to find scholarship for you. Those who do not have money to pay transport or to buy food to eat because you are going through one training or the other. We have a number of NGOs and CSOs available to support you. So please, don't sit idle. Ask questions. Instead of using your phone to chat and do WhatsApp and all of that, use that one to search for available interventions, available national policies that can support you to learn a trade so that you become somebody in future.
Awesome. We're going to put up the number for the Skills Development Fund in a short while. I just went online and I got that for you. So my people will project it in a short while, and then you can actually have that number. Go speak to the people. It's not always whom you know. And they say, oh, I don't know anybody.
Not at all.
Just try.
Not at all.
Just try. You may just unlock a key, a door that will just open into a new opportunity for you. Okay. And for those of you who are getting depressed, find somebody to talk to. Don't give up. What's your side? What you are the professional. I mean,
at the moment, sorry, there is a waste to wage project being implemented in a number of districts. The European Union is supporting people. You convert waste to wages, and you make a lot of money. Okay. So there are a number of projects ongoing. So please don't sit idle.
Okay. Yeah. Prof. Bruce, somebody who is feeling depressed because they are not employed. How would you help that person? How should the people around that person help that person?
Well, just talk to people and be open. This is my problem. I want you to help me to overcome this problem. That's all. But if you sit down, you are worried. Depression is about worrying too much, worry about the past. The past is gone already. Deal with today. How am I going to solve today's problem? But if you are there, ruminating over the past, you suffer depression. So please, they should be open. Feel free to talk to people and seek for the advice as to how you can live and function and achieve your aims and objectives in life. You should not always sit down and be lamenting and all that. It will not solve the problem. Go into action.
There's a conversation, thanks for that. We'll get the number up pretty soon for the SDF for you. Now, there's a conversation on the death penalty, to abolish or not to abolish. It's in today's Ghanaian Times. I had a chat with the Honorable Francis Xavier Susu about 2 weeks ago. He says, as we speak, there are 176 people on death row. And he is championing the abolition of the death penalty. We'll see if I can get through to speak to him. But let me just give you some information on the death penalty issues. So it's on page 4 of Ghanaian Times. It's interesting to hear from the lawyer and then the psychologist and the reverend also what this is all about. So the Speaker of Parliament, Alban Bagwen, has deferred the debate on whether or not Ghana should abolish the death penalty from its statutes. It is to allow for more consultation and for more MPs to debate the proposed amendment before a decision is taken on the bill. So there's a private member's bill that has been sponsored by the Member of Parliament for Medina, Francis Xavier Susu, who is seeking to amend the Criminal Offences Act to abolish the death penalty and replace it with the life imprisonment, and also to reform the criminal justice system to meet the needs of emerging societies. We're going to see if we can get Lawyer Susu on the line to have a chat about this. But let me start with the lawyer first. So if the Criminal Offences Act is amended, it means there will be no death penalty?
Definitely. Once it is amended, you cannot have that death penalty there once you are convicted for murder. But you see, it should differ from society to society, and there should be a lot of thinking through. In 2012, when the Constitution Review Commission was established, they recommended the abolition of the death penalty in our statute books. But that recommendation is yet to be implemented because it requires constitutional amendments and all of that. It is a solemn issue. It is an issue that requires national conversation. And if you have a private member's bill introducing that amendment, it makes it difficult. It gives a tall order because for a bill to be passed in Parliament, you need a fiscal impact analysis. But if you are going to implement it, where are we going to get the money to implement it? So if it comes from the private member's point of view, it's always difficult to carry it through. Let us see it as a national agenda. Let us locate it within the context of the Constitution Review Commission's recommendation. Let us look at where our society is developing up to, and then let's see whether we really want to do it or not. And considering the fact that a lot of people are on death row, I don't know when the last day or time or date that a sitting president signed for somebody who have actually been convicted to death, either by firing squad or by hanging, to be hanged.
Are those the options in Ghana?
Yeah,
they either shoot you or they hang you.
Yeah, depending on what the court says.
So those are the only two options in Ghana?
There are other options.
Like what?
They can inject you.
They can inject you?
The lethal injection. You see, there are a number of options. It will depend on what the court will say. The court will say that you have been sentenced to death either by firing squad, that is what the court will say, or by hanging, or by lethal injection. Depending on what the court will say, the mode may be described by the court, but the court can also leave it to the executors to execute it as required.
So we have hangmen in Ghana?
Yeah, we have hangmen. People trained for that. People who are trained. People who are trained to execute a court order as far as death penalty is concerned. That is how I want to put it.
So, hangman,
well, it is not hangman, but your work is to execute. Execute a court order, and you have to execute it. Whichever form it is, you have to execute it. But we need a national conversation on that, because if these people are, you see, and the essence of punishment is to reform. So if it is to reform, we should be able to get people to reform. But then, if looking at the society, we are not getting the reform we need, they will we have to look at it again. Like I said, it is a national conversation we need to have. It has already been provided for in the Constitution Review Commission's recommendations, which will require a lot of engagement. So it's interesting. But where we've started from, private members' bill, it will be a tall order because of the fiscal impact analysis required.
Prof. Bruce, are you for the death penalty or against it? As a psychologist, as a reverend, as
yes,
an academic?
I think I will be for it.
You are for the death penalty? It should stay?
No, I am against it.
It should go.
It should go. Based on this fact that those who become the hangman, they themselves, number one, they are abnormal people.
The people who execute people?
Yeah, they are sadists. They love doing that without feeling any remorse, any pain. So what do? They go to what we call sublimated career. They look for a job that will make them to practice the same sadistic behavior, but will be paid and glorified. So such people, once psychology will want to heal them, we must not allow them to become hangmen and to kill their fellow human being. For them, that is their nature. They are abnormal people, sadists. They want to inflict pain on people. And so they look for a profession that will actually do them. Excuse me for apology, I'm not downgrading the practice of surgery. But you know, people sadistic inclinations, they look for specialization in those. That's why they lie down, they cut without feeling anything. So to kill your fellow human being because he has
killed
murder, why do we even do that? Psychologically, these are people, number one, who cannot control their emotions. They cannot control their anger. They cannot manage provocative situations. So it is time we take the whole nation through anger management therapy as a nation. We are all prone to that too. We kill people directly or indirectly, even by our words. What happened to us? So we must be taught how to control our emotions and how to manage our anger. These are the two key things. If the whole nation is taken through this, then we shall be free from such practices. Then I think our religion is also finding expression in our attitude towards our own laws by calling for amendment. I think we are becoming more or less a compassionate state because of the influence of Christianity and Islam. You see, one of those days when they say tooth for tooth, eye for eye, I think our constitution might have derived its spirit from that tooth for tooth, eye for eye. But with the dispensation of Christianity and followers of Jesus Christ, he said, but in my kingdom, pray for your enemies and forgive those who hate you. And he showed it in the Gospel of John chapter 8, where that woman who was brought to him, that she was caught in adultery, and therefore they should allow them to stone the woman to death. He did something, and the people say, well, we are also guilty of something. So they left the woman, and he told the woman, go and sin no more. I think our religious practices is having a toll on us. If this would go through all of us as a nation, I think we may be going the right way. Begin to have compassion for even the most offenders and try to rehabilitate them to become useful members of the society.
But talking about religion, is there something happening? And I think we should all follow it. There's going to be a national moral vision conference for Ghana.
Okay.
Moral vision conference for Ghana. And this conference would attract former President Mahama, President Akufo-Addo, former President Kufuor, the chairman of the president of the National House of Chiefs, the Speaker of Parliament, the Chief Justice, all those who matter. And I think it is something that we should follow, because if at this conference they are able to come out with a moral vision for Ghana, that will be caught by all the leaders of this country, and they are prepared to incorporate that moral vision in our development agenda, Ghana will be a good place.
If they don't add the traditional people, it won't be complete.
That is why we have the president of the National House of Chiefs, and we are the chief imam is also there. So it's going to be a conference for all Ghanaians, the leadership, so that we will be able to incorporate moral vision in our development agenda, because it looks as if gradually we are losing out. But with this conference, if they are able to come up with something, which I believe they will, it will tie into what Prof is saying, and it will help us to develop Ghanaians with morals, that will prevent some of these things from happening. Why should you decide to kill somebody? Why did you decide to take over somebody's life? It's not the best.
Will a conference solve the issues? I thought it was a family thing. I mean, if you don't get your grounding from home,
yes.
Will a conference help?
Yeah, but we have to start from somewhere, incorporate it into our national vision, and then let us start teaching from home. It becomes mandatory that the morals must stand, your morals must stand out wherever you go. And what a Ghanaian is known for must be high moral standards, good hospitality, and the rest.
Prof. Bruce, what do you think?
Well, it's good. Some time ago, we had a book called, I forgot the name of the book. Every morning we study it. Courtesy for boys and girls. I think from that conference we should develop a booklet, a handbook from it.
Yes.
That these are the moral things. In fact, moral development is very necessary.
Yes.
And it is something many of us have not gone through. So if this conference will come, it will highlight the relevance of going through moral development and emerging as a moral being. And it will do away with this corruption, killing, stealing, and all those things. So I think I support this conference. If it comes out, we must develop a communique or at least a booklet, and it must be, as he said, distributed to homes and schools, and every morning, what are the moral implications of killing? We study it. What are the moral implications of stealing? We study, and I think it will transform society. We can start from there.
Courtesy for boys and
Courtesy
girls.
for boys and girls.
You remember reading that book?
I remember
Yes.
reading it, and I give it to my kids to read. They have it?
It's no more in publication.
Yes, it is.
No,
it is
in the
available.
system. Yes,
Okay.
it's available.
Yeah.
Because
Still
if you-
I think we should intensify each study.
I'm going to get a copy of it
Yes.
and bring it here. Then maybe every day I'll read something out of it.
Sure, it's good.
Because it's not only for boys and girls, it's for men and
Men
women.
and women, table manners.
Courtesy for men and women.
Yes.
And where do you remember reading this book?
In school, in primary school and middle school.
Okay.
But not in secondary school.
Okay.
So
Because
from
that's the
there-
foundation.
Yes, a foundation.
That's the foundation.
So from that time, I developed respect for the elderly. I realized one time I was in the OSA bus going to Keta. When I saw an elderly man entering, I quickly stood up and said, oh, please come and sit
Because
down.
it is in the Courtesy for boys.
You see the point now. So, but those things are no more. When you're in a public transport now, a young person will sit down, an elderly person will be struggling to sit. They will not even mind them. It's not nice.
It's human right.
It's human right to
It's my
sit
right
down.
to
Yeah,
sit
pay
down.
you can. No. Courtesy for boys will tell you that you have no right to do that. Stand up for the elderly man to sit. Now you go to banks and elderly people are in a queue. It's not nice. We must respect the elderly. And courtesy for boys and girls will teach you all these things. And you become a very good person, very helpful member of the society. Please bring that book and let's encourage it.
Courtesy for boys and girls.
Yes.
I'll buy a copy, and then next week, Tuesday, God willing,
I can also bring
I'll read a
Okay.
chapter out of it.
I don't have a copy, so
I'll buy one for you. I'll buy one for you.
Okay.
I'll buy one for
Okay,
you.
thank you.
05555561034. I'll just take a couple of your quick messages. I promised to show you the numbers for the Ghana Skills Development Fund, and those numbers should be coming up pretty soon, so that you can contact them and talk to them about your skills.
There is also a Youth Enterprise Authority.
Youth
YEA,
Enterprise.
YEA is also there
Okay.
to support.
All right. So this is Ghana Skills Development Fund. These are the contact numbers. Here they come. Boom. The magic no work. Okay. All right. Are those the numbers there? Oh, okay. All right. So the numbers on the screen right there. Yeah. So take a picture of me with the numbers there, and then call the people. All right. It's right there.
But CAF, I also encourage the Skills Development Fund to also have a 24/7 hotline so that people can get in touch with them.
Yeah.
These people are people who don't have money.
Yes.
They may not have credit on their phone.
Exactly.
So it should be toll-free.
Toll-free number.
So that they'll be able to access
I
you.
think I like that.
So that at least we'll be able to give them somebody needs somebody to talk to. Not necessarily financial
it's
support.
true.
Somebody needs somebody to talk to guide the person. So please, make yourself available there.
Somebody
YEA and
needs
all of
somebody to talk to. I think I like that. It's my little quote of the day. I'll just read just the last couple of messages. I'll end the show shortly. Going to my board. There's a conversation on corruption, which you should be very interested in. Following. Good morning, CAF. I'm into POP, plasterboard, acoustic painting. I do work from site to site, but all to no avail. I'm confused because I have a family to feed. As I'm talking to you right now, what to eat today is a problem. Please, you guys should show us the way. Thanks, from Willie. So this is a man who is skilled.
He should go to construction firms. He should go to estate agents. He should go to people. And then when you see sites, in fact, you can inform any of the masons, carpenters, that this is what you do. And they should also elect to start working for free. Work for free and let people know what you can do.
He says he goes from side to side. Maybe you can also use social media as well. I remember I had a problem with my you know, the most fearful thing, you go to a visitor's bathroom, you enter the toilet, you do the number 2, the solid one, you flash, and then instead of the thing disappearing, it rises. Then now you are in the toilet. You can't come out of the toilet because you have to make sure the toilet is good. So it happened to me in my own. I was trapped in my own toilet for like an hour. And we had to get a plumber to come and fix it. And then I went on my Facebook and I said, are you a plumber, or just put your number and your location? You should have seen the responses. So these people are there. And sometimes, and people out of that, the responses on my Facebook will find a person that they need. Because Takrady, plumber, number is there. So sometimes you can also use social media. To
put your location there, put your GPS address there, and you get people coming in to help.
Okay, good morning. What Professor Daniel is saying is true. Education is everything. And good morning. I agree with Professor Daniel Bruce. Today's youth are not ready for work and not even handicraft, but they want to be rich very quick. I don't know where they got these ideas from. Shaiman, our roads are not very good at all. They should fix it for us right now. Vincent Azuma, with one of the names that I like because of our man, Zoom Nelson. Gentlemen, I want to say thank you so much. Courtesy for boys and girls is a promise. I'll bring it in, God willing. Professor Daniel Bruce is a clinical psychologist, and Dr. Eric Odron Science, Internal Audit Agency's Director General. They are our Tuesday morning panel. Delma comes up next with a conversation on corruption with Messrs. Kranting and Tekbe to go into how we can deal with corruption. Yes. So yeah. And in case you are wondering about courtesy for boys and girls, what it looks like, we'll show it to you. This is what it looks like. That's it. Courtesy for boys and girls. That is it. That is the book. So it's coming in next week, God willing, all right? Courtesy for boys and girls and mummies and daddies and uncles and aunties and everybody who is a human being, all right? It's just nice to be nice, okay? On this note, I politely beg leave of you, and I hand over to my talented co-presenter, Thelma Taki, for corruption issues. Don't go anywhere. This is CAF.